farmers, and welcome back to Elmcreek. Still, like I said, on the first day of July. Kind of interesting lighting that they have here in the sheep shed anyways. But yep, we're over here by the sheep shed because it's time to cut the grass, make some hay today, and then return all of our leased items, and hopefully skip a day, and hopefully by tomorrow our silage bales back at the cow barn have turned to silage bales. So we can get ourselves some cows. I do have the grass bales all piled up that were in the field here. I have leased and brought over a tedder. This is the Vicon Fanex 904. It's a 9 meter wide. I got the 9 meter wide because I thought I was going to be kind of smart and fancy like we always do. And put the butterfly mower in the front and then put this on the other side of the butterfly mower. And then put the tedder behind it so we can mow and ted grass at the same time. But there is no PTO shaft coming out of the back of the Kuhn mower. And I got interested. I'm like, okay, so I went into the store and I was looking at the mowers, and none of the butterfly mowers are, I guess maybe I always use modded ones in 19. I'm not really, I can't remember in the base game in 19. None of the butterfly mowers in 19 have the PTO shaft going all the way through. So you can't hook the butterfly mower on the front along with the standard mower and then put like a tedder or a windrower on the back. So it is what it is. So we'll have to mow the grass first and then ted it, windrow it, bale it up. The only thing I don't have here is the baler. That is still back at the main farm. So I'll have to go over there and grab that, but it's not too far away. Let's go ahead and unfold the front mower. That's already down the ground. We'll start that up. Let's get on the back mower. Let's unfold that. And we'll start cutting the grass. I do know there is a grass roller that can help our production on grass, but I don't mind spending money, but I'm not spending money on everything as of right now. We'll get it eventually. Make sure we're mowing everywhere. Yes, we are. We are good. So it shouldn't take me too long to mow this grass. Like I said, ted it, and it should instantly turn to hay. Then it's got to windrow it, bale it on up, bring the baling trailer down to the cow barn. With this, we're going to make this all hay. I'm hoping that the grass will grow and I can get another cut in this year. And if I do, probably make silage bales with it. Just have to remember that when I make silage bales, I got to take our baler and not go over 200. We'll set it at 220 for bale size. That way the baling wrapper will bale it into silage bales. I can also mow the grass, like I said, down by the cow barn and make silage bales down there. But today we're just going to focus on this grass field and get some hay going. We're just going to get 4 cows, so I shouldn't need a whole lot of feed. At least I don't think so. But like I said, fingers crossed by tomorrow when we wake up that the silage bales are somewhat near turned to silage. I don't know if I can just give the cows hay and straw and they'll be fine, or does it have to be TMR only? Actually, I could probably look. If I go to the build mode, I could probably tell by just looking in there, right? Is that going to tell me in there? I kind of forgot. Let's go to construction, animals, cows, cow barn with feeding robot, place to keep your cows. Doesn't really say here exactly. How about if I go into the help mode? Does it tell me what cows need? Animals, general, types, feed, and waste. You can optimize the milk production of your cows by feeding them TMR. Is a mixture of hay, straw, and silage and mineral feed together in a mixer wagon, or we're going to have a robot. So it doesn't say exactly if I can just give them hay, and so we may try it. We may just have to try it to see if that's an option. But since we got the robot feeding system, I'm not sure if the robot feeding system will work unless it's silage. We can give it a try, see what happens. Don't know unless you try. We will give it our all. And also by skipping a day, we're going to see if any of the items that we have leased, which will be the baling trailer, which we still have, the baling wrapper, and of course the tedder that I currently am leasing, see if they come up in the store tomorrow. I have added some more mods too, by the way, but those are mods are like they're in the game. I'm not going to buy them yet. If they come up for sale, then I'll buy them. It's mostly mods by Stevie anyway, so if we do happen to get them, I'll just mention like, hey, this mod's by Stevie, and of course, like I always say, Stevie's Facebook page link should be in the description below. So anytime I say I got a mod from Stevie, you just got to go to his Facebook page, and he has a download link for all of his mods in there. So yeah, grass roller is something that we, are going to need at some point to up the production of our grass. I don't currently need it. Not saying it wouldn't help, but we'll see how it goes, because we're just going to get more and more sheep. I think the sheep will reproduce once every 8 months, I think it is, something like that. So we'll get like 8 new sheep. Well, actually, once they all get older, we'll get more than 8, because then they're multiplying, so it'll be like 16, and there'll be 32. Yeah, you get the idea. But that pen, I don't want to say only holds 65 or 70 some odd sheep. We'll fill it up pretty quickly here, like in a couple of years. The chickens will really start reproducing really quick. But they, of course, they take cereal grain, so have to make sure we keep up with everything that we're producing for them. I was kind of hoping that, I think I mentioned this before, that making hay. Wait, did I make hay for this year, or did I? No, I did. Yeah, that was a job that I did. We made hay, so yeah, just got to turn the grass and turn right to hay. Unlike in the previous season's mod in 19, to where there was wet grass, dry grass, and then hay. You pretty much had to wait for the grass to dry to turn to hay. But here it is still describe a tedder, turn it, and immediately turns to hay. Not to say that the old way in 19 could be frustrating sometimes, as I've seen in Griffin, Indiana, in that series, where a couple times the grass never turned to hay because the weather just didn't allow it to. I'll be interested to see, though, when we skip into tomorrow, what comes up for sale in the store. But the good news is, as we saw last episode, that we're taking care of our fields. We got one stage of fertilizer down. We got the lime down, so that's all taken care of. And we do know that when we go plant with our drill, and if I put fertilizer in it, that'll be the second stage. So the only thing I'll have to take care of in the field is when the weeds come along. And I'm hoping that, if it comes down to it, I'll just have to maybe lease the weeder for a year. Or for a day, for that year. And we'll take care of the weeds, and we'll see if I pull out the weeds in stage 1 if the weeds come back before the crop is ready for harvest. It'll be kind of interesting to see if it does that. Alright, so one more go around with the mowers and we'll be done with this field here. If any item were to come up for sale, I kind of hope it's the baling wrapper. Just because a lot of the baling jobs that come up in the contracts is usually going to be for doing silage bales. And I would like to get field number 71, that contract, which can go for like $20 some odd thousand. And then, of course, any extra that we get, we would be able to keep. But just that with baling contracts, though, it is quite a lot of machinery that you have to use, kind of like a lot of swapping around. It's a little bit of work, but it can be very well worth it. Not as well worth as the fertilizing contracts are, in my opinion. Alright, let's go ahead and toss these back into our shed that I tossed down a while ago and haven't been back to really since to take care of it. Gotta jump on out here. Cables, PTO shaft, and I gotta lower it. Oh no. Okay, so cables and lower it down. Okay, take the cables back off and then detach. I do have to be careful because I kind of left a cliff on that side a little bit, so if I back up and not pay attention, I could roll over my tractor, which may not be a good thing. All right, so is this still a thing? If I need to lower this, it's going to unfold, right? Yep. So we can't lower that. Okay, that will drop on down, which is good. So I think Vicon, I don't know how that's the way you pronounce it. That might be a new brand to Giants. It may have been a mod before, but I think Vicon or Vicon is kind of new. Alright, so it should turn instantly to hay. Sounds kind of weird when you say that. And it does. Of course, like I said, we did it in a contract. I'm like, maybe it only does it on a contract where it instantly turns to hay. But nope, in your field it will as well. So like I said, I went with this tedder right here just because our mower is like 8.3 meter wide, the butterfly one. So I said no sense of getting a tedder wider than the mower. Because like I said, my original intention was to have the mowers all on the front and the tedder in the back. So I went with this one. I could have went with a Pottinger, which I think is like a 14 meter wide tedder. So I could have got more done now knowing. But honestly, it probably would have been a lot more expensive lease-wise. I think this cost me like $820 to lease this tedder. So maybe we'll get some cows, a couple cows tonight, or I'll just wait until the morning just to see what our silage bales do, and I can kind of guess how long it's going to take for them to actually ferment. Yeah, I'll probably wait until the morning. That'll probably be the wise thing to do. But if it's going to take a full month, and I'm still technically on 2 days per month, then we'll try getting cows and see if we can just feed them a hay bale and see if they'll be happy. Because all it says in the hint page is to give them TMR and they can produce milk a lot better. So I would assume maybe they can take maybe just have hay for a couple days. Now I find it kind of interesting because I asked a while ago and a couple people did make a comment. I guess Mr. Sealy P did a test on the animals. Apparently the animals do not die, apparently, from age. That's what they said, from age in the comments. I don't know if they starve, what happens. So usually in Farming Simulator base game, if you don't feed your animals, the only thing that usually happens is they just don't produce anything. But in Seasons mode, yeah, if you didn't feed your animals, they kind of didn't like that and passed away. Beautiful, beautiful hay. But I'm pretty sure as some mods start to come out, we'll probably find some cow barns that will take grass and such like that. So in the future, probably we'll see cow barns that take different kind of mixtures to make TMR. For those of you who've been playing long enough, if you can remember, TMR used to be called Power Food, if I remember that correctly. I think that was back in 17 and before. It used to be called Power Food.
What's tough, not afraid to bring it up. We laugh.
John Deere definitely does struggle just a bit when you're hauling a baler behind it going uphill. Bogs it down to about half the speed. But we're about ready to bale up some hay bales. I don't know how we're going to get off this field, but we get what we get. I'm going to make the biggest bales that I can, so I think I got to readjust the baler itself. So let's go ahead and... oh, they're set for 240. That's good. Let's jump out of the cab. Well, not jump out of the cab. Let's go third person view. That way I can make sure that we unfold it correctly. And put down the pickup. There is a little bit of straw in there, so I don't know if it's going to convert it over to hay or not. It's going to suck if it's mostly straw, but it is what it is. Let's turn it on here. No, it's going to convert it right over to hay. I'm still stuck in that Farming Simulator 19 to where it's whatever the majority is that you put into the baler is what it will switch over to. Oh, I got a good bale already off that. Oh, this is collecting nicely. Hopefully we get a good amount of bales here, so I'm set for a year for the cows. Because I have no idea how much the cows are going to require. Part of me is I drive right out in the middle of the road, not checking for traffic too much. And we'll try to get every little piece of hay that I can. That first row I just picked up, that should be a really thick swath because that was actually almost like 2.5 windrows worth of hay I was picking up. As I leave a little bit behind here as well. Have to go around and pick it all up because it'll annoy me that I left these little spots around here. Alright, might as well just pick up half this swath and go around and pick up the other half later when I get done. Yes, just keep spitting them right out the back. And whatever, if I do fill up the baling trailer, I'll just take the full trailer there, and the rest of the hay bales I can leave here for the sheep for now, just in case, but I think I got plenty of grass bales for the sheep. Yeah, the swath looks like it's just a little bit too wide for the pickup on this baler. So that's why I'm kind of doing like half a swath. Because I'm going to miss parts anyway, so I might as well make sure I get half the swath on one side. That's why I don't have it split down the middle. So the one thing you probably already noticed as well is weeds still do not grow in grass fields. I don't know why that doesn't happen. Couldn't figure that out before, and I still can't figure out now why. And it's not like I treated this field at all, because I have not done so. I can maybe get another bale off the pieces I left behind. Well, not quite enough to make one more bale, but at least it's 80% full for whatever I happen to do next. Which could be another grass, well, it might be a silage run, so that'll be just grass, not hay. Anyways, I'm going to stick the baler into here because I don't plan on doing any straw bales anytime soon. Like I say, if anything, I'll be back in this field doing grass bales so I can make silage bales, but we shall see how the season goes. Alright, let's grab our baling trailer that we got leased and bring this on over to the cow barn. And then we'll return all of our leased items sleep the night away, and hopefully tomorrow is a good day. I need a lot of good days here because our interest rate is going to be through the roof. So I'm just curious. Are these 9,000 liter bales? So it's kind of interesting that when you put it on 240 on the baler, for straw we get 9,000 liters. For hay, I'm getting 8,000 liters. And I think on grass, I was getting 6,500 liters on bales. Kind of interesting how that all works out. That's something I got to get used to. Now, as we do know, the baler that we got is a modded baler by Stevie, and I can up the capacity. So I think if I up the capacity, it's not going to up the size of the bales. It's going to up the capacity that the bale actually is, which is a different way than it used to be, as we know in Farming Simulator. I do like the way the baling trailer picks up the bales now. Doesn't teleport them on the ramp, it actually slides them up the ramp from the ground. It still moves them to square them up, but doesn't just jump them right on the belt itself. I don't know if that's not a belt, but kind of like a lifter, but you know what I'm talking about. So that's 11, 12, 13. Seems like I get 13 a lot. The first year I did straw bales, I got 13 bales, and now I'm going to get 13 bales of hay today. Wait, I thought that was number 11 before, and that would have been... Okay, so maybe it's just a dozen. Never mind what I said. Alright, that is all the bales, right? We got them all? Good. Alright, let's fold up the baling trailer. Meet you down at the cow barn, and we'll kind of try to stick these into the feeding area and see what happens when we get some cows tomorrow. Now, let's get these as close as we possibly can. And now that I know that they're not taking them, I'm just going to put them out here, and we'll see if it takes them when we get some cows in the morning. Drop those off. And we are good. And you know what? I think we're all set there. Let's go to the store leasing page. Let's return the tedder. Should be done with that. And we're going to return our baling trailer. Return that. Yes. Yes. And perfect. And while we're here, we'll just double check what's going on for sale here. Same as it has been. Alright, I think we're all set for the day. So let's go over to the house. Please start your engine. No. I think we're all set. Let me just double check on the animals. They should be fine. Feed is all good there. The chickens should be full of feed as well. And these chickens are full of feed as well in the cow barn with a feeding robot. Hopefully tomorrow. Alright, let's go ahead. I'm just double thinking. Are we all set? I think so. So, it should be day 2 of July. I'll be glad when it gets back down to 1 day per month, so I'm not paying that much interest every... so our loan interest is 21. Vehicle leasing cost, property maintenance, and production buildings. Oh, production buildings. That does remind me. What is... how is the wheat flour? Still processing, storing 202 liters. So that's... I wonder, do the production buildings... It seems like I had that much just before I went to bed, I think. Do the production buildings not work from a certain hour and work at night like regular workers, I guess? It's not like a 24-hour thing. Either way, how are we doing on the fabric? Yeah, we're all processed out there. All right, it is what it is. Let's go to the store page. And the big Crown X is there. Don't need that. So far, nothing for us there at all. Yeah, we are on the second day of July. Our fields, as we can see, 50% fertilized. Doesn't say it needs to be plowed, limed, or anything like that. So it'll be ready to be seeded in the month of September. Yes, in the month of September. I'm trying to figure if I want to stick with wheat or just go with barley. I mean, we did wheat, so may go ahead and do barley. Anyways, let's jump on over. We'll teleport over to the cow barn so we can see what's going on here. Where are we here? There we are. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves a couple of cows because we're going to. So the brown Swiss is what we're going to. Cows provide you with milk and can be sold for profit. This type is mainly used for dairy farming. And dairy farming is something I am well known for right now for Griffin, Indiana. We're just going to get two, and we're getting young ones, so it'll take them a while to... they're cheap, first of all, and it'll take them a while before they can reproduce, and that's fine by me, because I don't know what we got here. We're just going to buy these two first for $500. Okay. And the question is it taking... All right, so it doesn't show. So I'm guessing I got to bring in loose straw and hay. Or is it not going to do it because they're silage bales, which are only 21% fermented. But it's only been like a half day, so it's going to be, I think, a full month before these are actually fermented. So I'm guessing it's got to be loose straw, loose hay. So that means not a baler. I'm going to need probably a loading wagon to best fit it. Or am I just missing something here? Let me try. I do got the super strength turned on so I can pick up these bales. Trying to reset them, see if they just disappear after reset them. And it does not look like it. Does not look like it. So silage. Does it give me an option to cut these open? It does not. I cannot go in there. I think that's a symbol for TMR. If I come over to here... Where's the computer? I saw the computer somewhere. I don't think... Yeah, sorry, ladies. I don't have nothing for you to eat, apparently. Where is the computer? Oh, I think it's in that room right there. Let me out. Okay, am I too fat to go out that door? Apparently. Let's go out this door. Do I need to turn on anything? And it doesn't say I need to. I don't think these numbers are actually mean anything. Can't do nothing with that either. Well, I may have to do some quick research on it until next episode and see if it's got to be loose straw and hay and silage only that I got to put in there. If that's the case, then... So I would have to, for silage bales, I would have to probably put the silage into a silo bunker, compact the grass down, make silage that way, and then pick it up, put it in a trailer, bring it over. Straw, probably a loading wagon would be the best way to do it. Or maybe it's not going to take it all until I get some silage. I don't know. But it doesn't look like it's going to accept bales. Well, isn't that a kick in the head? Not a big deal. So if I were to lease a loading wagon, or for the time being, what I would have to do, I could probably do it with... yeah, this one right here wouldn't be too bad just to lease, because the cheapest one, that's all I have to do. So basically I just put a straw bale in there, chop it all up, then spit it in. Have to do all the straw bales, hay bale separate, and the silage bales separate, and then put it in. It's probably, that's the way we're going to have to do it. How much would it be to lease this to see? 1,500. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad, but sale items right now, nothing that we leased the day before. Yep, show me. It just says I got 2 animals, 0 health, and nothing across the board completely. So bales, where do I put the straw bales for bedding? Maybe they don't take straw bales either. Almost forgot about the bedding part. Let's see if I can find a way. Like I said, I got super strength turned on right now. So let's just go grab a bale. You know, let's grab one of these over here so I don't ruin my beautiful pile. All right, let's come over here. It might be the same thing as to where it's got to be chop straw. I have the markers turned on, do I not? Just to make sure. Wait, where's the markers? Interactive zone markers are on. Okay. You might be already yelling at the screen saying, it's got to be chopped straw. Yeah, we'll find out here. That's the feed trough over here. So that's not going to do anything. So where does the bedding straw supposed to go? Has that got to be chopped up as well? Well, I would say it looks like it. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to take... It doesn't look like it's going to take bales, unfortunately. So I'll have to change my game plan just a little bit. But that's why I only got 2 cows, so I can test it on out. Let's double check here. That just gives me the stats. This is where we buy the animals. Let's close the door. Yeah, I don't see any other zone markers anywhere. Well, we got cows, but they're not going to be able to eat or feed on anything. I think this might be where I grab the milk from. So when they start producing milk, I'll get the milk, or is this slurry? This might be the slurry. Milk is probably on the other side where the tanks are, right? That makes perfect sense. Well, by next episode, I should know exactly what I need to do. Unfortunately, like I said, yeah, they got water. And apparently they're not going to get grass from out here. So, all I know is they don't take bales. That's currently where we're at. And unfortunately, like I said, also nothing on sale that we currently need. So the one thing I probably will do today, in between episodes, I will grab the Bredal spreader and go up to our grass field and put some lime down. Or should I fertilize it first? I probably should fertilize it first and then go up there and then put some lime down. Hopefully it accepts the lime, because that field does require some lime. And then maybe fertilize it again. We'll have to see. What do we got for contracts? Maybe so you can see what I might be doing for I still got 2 more fertilizing contracts to take care of. I wonder if they'll let me do it. This field here, I tried doing, I explained a couple episodes ago, it rained and the rain stopped. I tried to fertilize it and let me do like the first 3% of the field, and it said I didn't have access to the field. So I'm going to try to finish that up. Cultivating, harvesting, plowing, spraying. So I don't have any of this equipment. Baling equipment, there's field 71. Silage bales. 70, so 23,000. I mean, well, I don't have all the equipment. I don't have a baling wrapper. So yeah, doing that job. I'll see how the day goes. But anyways, yeah, total fail on the cow barn so far because we got cows. I got some of the stuff, but apparently not in the right form. But anyways, that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Elm Creek. But until then, have a good one.